Hi, this is Kerry Artek with Wicked Stocks, bringing you your daily Tesla report for Tuesday, May 23rd, 2023. Before I click on the charts, just ask you to please click like if you haven't already and become a Wicked Stocks YouTube channel subscriber. You'll be notified each and every time new content has been uploaded. Also, check out wickedstocks.com where we offer a full suite of analytical videos just like this. Daily analysis in the triple Q, in the SPY, weekly analysis in the S&P 500, NASDAQ 100, the long bond ETF, the TLT, and two individual stock picks every week you never see on YouTube that take into account the short to midterm time horizon for the near-term investors. 2 to 3 week swing trade, 2 to 3 month position trades, 8 of them a month. All of that for $47 a month. And we offer a 5-day free trial with that. So you go through the payment gateway and the clock begins to tick at 5 days. If you like what you see, just hang tight and your card will be charged. If you don't like what you see, you can cancel your subscription at no cost. So let's jump into the charts. Just a reminder that we are now approaching what was a 1 to 2 month objective about 5 weeks ago when we tested the channel bottom. I'm talking 192.40 has been a 1 to 2 month target since we tested the channel bottom that's not labeled here, and we're very close to reaching it today. I can go through this sequence here. Actually, it is the channel bottom at 147.48 that we tested about 5 weeks ago, late April. That had been a 2 to 3 week sell signal, actually, prior to that. Mentioned how the 147.48 channel bottom can contain monthly selling pressures, possibly longer, and once tested, expect the 194.81 channel top within 1 to 2 months. About a week and a half after that, we closed above a descending 1/3 speed line, now at 157.80, 157.78. So we are on our way to reaching our target. It begins at 192.40, ends at 194.81. This area can contain buying possibly through June. And from here, we can fall off. So if you bought those 195, let's say, out of the money calls that I was recommending a week ago, a month ago, this is the time to liquidate at least some of it. Maybe half anyway, because you never know. We might get a settlement then above 194.81 that would then indicate, FYI, the 211.85 formation within 1 to 3 weeks. So that is really what I'm seeing here. If we close above 194.81, the daily chart version of 192.40, 211.85 becomes a 1 to 3 week target. It could be a highly volatile move within a full week. It could take 3 weeks. But in any event, 211.85 would be the next stop. And that's why I say liquidate half anyway right now in this 194.81 area, because we can fall off from here through June. Now for the day itself, I have 183.94 that can contain selling for at least a day and possibly into midweek. We're just a day or two away now from testing 194.81, so long as we hold above 183.94. So 183.94 is not only a good day trade level, but a decent swing trade level. We can bottom out here and rally up to 194.81, about a 10-point range now over the next day, 2 or 3. If we happen to break, and I'll cover the downside here, if we happen to break that, and I'll go back to it, where are you? 183.94. If we break that intraday, 178.47 in reach, that is a new rising 1/3 speed line that can contain selling through the balance of the day. But I will say, that if we close today below 183.94, that is a sign of weakness as we move into later week. And I would then anticipate the 171.95 channel bottom, more properly shown here. I'll also say that if we close today, for instance, below 178.47, and I think that is a long shot, but if we do, 171.95 is likely tomorrow. This is a new channel bottom that, if tested over the next few days, can contain selling through the rest of the week. But I don't expect to see 171.95 unless we close today back below 183.94. And then we probably have a good high for the week, the 171.95 level, then expected within several days, where we could bottom out through Friday. And finally, it would be a settlement below 171.95 that would indicate a good high through next week. And I would then expect the 157.78 speed line within 3 to 5 days of that. Very stair step on the way down. You could make a case that if we close below 171.95, this thing could unravel all the way back to 147.48 within a couple of weeks of doing so. So a downward pivot through the rest of the week and into next below 171.95. This, by the way, if we happen to once again close below 183.94 and test then 171.95 within several days, also a good 3 to 5 day swing trade. In fact, I would call the closing below 183.94 a sign for swing traders to go short, holding overnight, anticipating within several days 171.95, where profits can be taken and long entry perhaps can be assumed as we move into next week. 171.95, our downward pivot point through the rest of May. The following couple of weeks then in jeopardy of retesting the 147.48 channel bottom. So all the minor points have been carefully chosen inside, but it is really, once again, 184.94, 183.94, our base of support for the day and into later week, above which this long targeted over the last month or so 194.81 formation in reach, possibly today, where once again we can top out through June. So as we push into this zone, if you're a longer term options trader, you may consider reaching for 150 or 145 out of the money puts that don't expire for at least a couple of months. You may also reach for instance, you can kind of pick your spot here. You know that when these new highs are made, these formations change. So as this new high comes in, this 171.95 climbs a little bit. So, if you're more of a near-term options trader and we're testing 194.81, you could reach for 172, 175 out of the money puts that don't expire for at least a full week, maybe a couple of weeks out. I think you catch my drift. If we do close above 194.81 and you haven't liquidated, all of those calls that you may have bought over the last few weeks, I'd say hold out for 211.85, which will be a significant test for this market and would be realized, I think, within 1 to 3 weeks of closing above that 194.81, 192.40 on the weekly chart. This will be a big area. And we'll talk a lot more about it in the weeks ahead. And I'm going to leave it at that for Tuesday's Tesla Report. Please click like, subscribe, and check out wickedstocks.com. You have a great evening.